I think this works. I'm not sure if it does. I really hope it does, because if it does, this is great. Yeah, it does. I thought it did. Oh, there's get lost under there. That's tough. That is tough. Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some blue-white control, and the main reason I'm focusing on this deck today is because whenever I go against it, I have no idea what they're playing. After Memory Deluge and the Wandering Emperor has left the format, I feel kind of lost a little bit when I'm running up against the deck, so I wanted to see the ins and out from the perspective of the control player. And now a lot of times that actually helps you whenever you're playing those decks. If you can't necessarily figure out the play patterns or what to look out for, this is a great way to do it by playing the deck yourself if you can obviously afford it. There's a lot of rares and mythics in here. I understand that wild cards aren't everywhere, but this can maybe give you an insight of what their hands look like and when to kind of try to strike against it. Or if you're a control player, maybe we show you some interesting tricks that we can kind of pull off, which definitely happened, as you probably seen in the very beginning here. But other than that, we are playing Final Showdown as a very cool, interesting card as a way to make creatures lose all abilities or destroy all creatures at instant speed. Those are two scenarios that come up in today's video. Lay down arms because aggro is so aggressive. 3 steps ahead is the main counterspell, along with No More Lies. We have the Deduce to draw cards, mainly its purpose in this deck. We have 2 Get Lost to be the catch-all card, whether this is blowing up a big enchantment or just a planeswalker that we can't really deal with, because of the Resolve planeswalker is actually pretty hard for us to answer outside of Tidebinder and Get Lost. Temporary Lockdowns is for the incredibly aggro meta we're currently in. Quick Study to try its best to replace Memory Deluge along with this card from the new set. This is a very expensive counterspell, so you do have to be a bit careful with how your mana's worked. And sometimes, even though you don't necessarily want to, you might find yourself countering a spell with 3 steps ahead to save extra mana. So when you have 6 for the next turn, you can have a No More Lies held up with this card. So you sometimes have to be a little bit inefficient with how your spells are countering to make sure you can hold up the mana for this. And then we have a C double, which comes up huge. We actually copy an Agatha's Soul Cauldron today while it was on the stack, while copying a creature of ours made off of Teferi. And that Agatha's Soul Cauldron was able to then exile cards that our opponent would target in response and kind of work as a constant counter spell against that matchup, as you will see. Other than that, we have Beza. This card I've talked about pretty much any deck I've been playing white in as of recently. Whenever it enters battlefield, create a treasure token. If they have more lands, most likely won't be the case for us, but these next 2 abilities will whenever we gain 4 life because our opponent has more life than us, or we create 2 fish because they have more creatures than us. Worst is going to be a 1/1, or it's going to make those 2 fish, or drawing a card if an opponent has more cards in hand than us, which if that mode's active, we're probably either really far ahead or really far behind, and this is trying to save us from that game. Other than that, we have the Teferi. Anytime this card is resolving, we are trying to end the game there on the spot, or use it to make sure that we can end the game with the Spirit and then extra card draws after that. Outside of that, we're going to go ahead and hop into the game, so I hope you all enjoy it. I understand that my audience as of right now is not huge blue-white control fans, but there are people that are, so I'm going to play decks that kind of feature all sources of Magic the Gathering decks and play styles. So at the end of the day, kind of sucks maybe if you don't like blue-white control that much, but it is what it is. So outside of that, let's go ahead and hop into the games. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing, and let's see if we can't try to win these games in an efficient way as possible. Eugene the Spirit Dragon, going to be playing mono red, aren't you? I believe you. God. He'd be so disappointed in you. Oh, Eugene does not approve. Okay, or at least Boris, but still I don't think Eugene approves. Now I could hold a counter spell here. I mean, I guess I have Get Lost as well, so this is fine. Play the mouse. Play him. What is that? Vendor becomes target of spell or ability for first time. Each turn, put a 1 counter on it. Vigilance and haste. Cool card. I'm going to get rid of it, though. And then they can give us double strike or whatever they'd like. I really have to sneeze. Ain't catching me sneezing jet. Play a demo field to make sure we can keep getting our planes out of our deck for our laydown arms. Or, I guess, we can get an island or something. That has haste. Not a fan. Counter. It is exiled, and we have a lay down arms for this next turn. Oh no, they're slick. Yeah, I mean, I get hit for a lot there. That's fine. It's just a good, clean play by them. I'm not even upset. This one into this one into this one. Then I have a Get Lost and a Deduce. You could argue like this is obviously good. Oh, my headphones are about that. Okay. How am I supposed to listen to my music and my headphones are dead? I don't want to be rude to my opponent though. I'm gonna play. I'll play this. It'll be a gain 4 life and then a nice, solid, strong threat with a lot of toughness for me to protect. Don't worry, chat. I'm an expert. I can figure it out, chat. It's a pretty cool play. Another land, not necessarily that cool, especially now that I countered a spell. Uh-huh. Alright. Alright, man. My bad. Alright. Try it again. Try it again. He's ready. I have to get a second blue, by the way. Like, ain't that wild? Sure. That's just fine. Not a card I'm not necessarily sure that you keep on top, but I don't blame them. You know? Alright, that card sucks. But I just hold. I'm looking to deduce and stuff here. Get past this turn. Pop this because it's obviously important that that land gets off our battlefield, and then we deduce and we crack the token. Yeah. Opponent. Oh, Eugene. Let it happen. You were playing so fast before. This field's sick, by the way. I think this is a really cool field. A little weird. A little weird how it kind of looks like with magic cards on it. I feel like this is how people treated their cards back in the day. They just had dual lands, putting it in their bicycle tires. Monsters, dude, is what they were. I think, like, lay down arms, because I don't necessarily want to blow them up. And then I just hold my 4/5. This is where I agree with people, where it's like, hey, bud, I don't know if you know this, but your deck's kind of boring. And I go, I agree with you, to be honest. Like, at times. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. I know I don't get my tokens, but I get another one of these, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I gain life. I get another 4/5. I'm a happy camper, bro. Look how many lands they have. That's absurd. I'm now attacking. It's all me. I don't want to stop there. It's all me now, chat. I'm the speedster. Sure. Dude, if they have another land in hand, I'm losing full for them, to be honest. Like, it's not even close. I'd lose my mind. Honestly, bend both of those. Okay. Sweet. They had to have another land in hand. I played Is It Prowess yesterday, and that right there, I feel it, bro. I feel it in my soul. It's so bad. I'll get to my temporary lockdown when I feel it's necessary to get to it with my Fabled Passages. Dude, I don't care. I'm gonna show you that I'm playing blue. In fact, ooh, fairies. Like Ward 2. Yeah, I can't beat that. You kidding me? Play this one. I'm not gonna show my second color. As much as I talk about it, I gotta get my second one. Are we at this Soul Cauldron combo? That's insane. Planes. Lockdown. Lock them up. They're locked up. Nice. And now I guess I pass. I could play this, but I have a counter spell plus a draw, so I shouldn't. Enters battlefield unless you control a legendary. Sure.
I must bend Realmbreaker to my will.
Maybe we'll get some to concede here. Counter this. Now it does nothing. Now I move to combat, and I give it a little bonk. And then I pass. I still have a counter spell, so it's like fine. It's only a sorcery, so I guess I pop this. You know, maybe my opponent also plays Tidebinder, you know? It could. I feel like it's more like a make disappear effect. Oh, they could flash into 3-drop. I didn't even think about that. But we're already past it. They can't do it now, obviously. But what are they grabbing? This is also a basic test. Sure. I'll take my action. I'll grab my island. Deduce. Deduce. Sure. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Swing. Big swings. And then we pass. We're gonna have to try to fully crush this deck. Create 2/2 board. Mill. Sure. Those are things that happen, I guess. Pass. Activate here. Alright, because of that, I'm going to remove this. I know they get stuff, but here comes Teferi. Take a token. Attack.
Nice to see a familiar
as the control deck, am swinging my stuff. And if they don't have anything in hand, and they want Agatha's Soul Cauldron to do whatever they want, to kind of like do combos, shenanigans, which is what I feel like they are. They're gonna have to figure it out. I have Sunfalls. I get extra draw. There's an Archaeologist, sure. Trying to get lost in that pile. Or, alright, I mean that's in there. That's fine. I didn't even think about that. Terror Tide, Whale, Gaze. This is where things get weird, huh? I might get lost back. No? Okay. At least Whale is like a sorcery speed spell, right? Yeah. I don't necessarily have 8 permanents in there or cards in there, and I won't. So let's go ahead and draw a card here. Miss. I'm putting like a counter on this, I guess. I suppose I should just put this in play. Look. Don't really need that. We're going to go to slightly less here. I guess I just Sunfall this. As much as that sucks, I do get to make a 4/4 out of it, which is pretty close. Jace Mill not could almost get there. They could technically play it for. It could beat me here.
You cannot.
Or pretty close. They mill themselves.
All your hopes and dreams were for nothing.
There's the cauldron we knew about. There's the dragon. Interesting. I do know if I get to this next turn, I'm figuring it out. This one. Didn't return this. Wild activities. Let's see if this is a card I want to draw. No. 2/2. that can grow pretty large, and then I just hold up my counter spells. Like, they get plus on it, but it's going to get a counter for draw, and then it's going to get a counter for draw off of Teferi. Although I might just have to, like, for the rest of the game, keep producing tokens. I do think I counter this, because I think it works out in my favor. Counter target spell. Because then I can no-moralize this next spell. I don't want them to keep causing me to discard and bouncing my stuff. Especially if I'm trying to go for lethal here. I guess I should have looked if I milled anything. No, I have multiple copies of 3 Steps Ahead left in my library. No, sir. I'll hold it up right now, bro. No. Is the Soul Cauldron good? That answer is no. Yeah, of course they plus here. That makes sense. Another hard counter spell. I'm always in this weird spot now where I guess I get to play both, right? Let's draw first. Let's see what I get. I am here counter. 8 or more cards in the graveyard. I can choose both. Yes, sir. Like, I'm now holding up both counter spells. Do I just smack this? I hit them down to 7. I plus, so 1, 2, make a copy plus an additional 2 potentially. Yeah, let's go. Actually, I think I still smack Jace here.
This won't affect our
Sure.
greater plans.
I have a 4/4. Like, this thing's gonna still get large, and I can like counter a spell plus make a copy of this, and then Surveil 2, draw 2 if they're empty-handed. I think this does like nothing right now, right? Can they make a bear? I think I just go for this. I guess this is a copy spell. Huh. Yeah, I actually can do that. This is actually sick. Wait. Yeah, it's fine. So if you want to know how this is about to work. So I can make an Agathis Soul Cauldron here. And then anything that they ever target, because mine resolves first, I'll just also target. So I basically counter this spell. There's a whale here. So I know what to target. It's a combo deck for a reason. All creatures get -19, -19. I will counter that spell. Now they're empty-handed. They could play a land in theory. They plus here. It doesn't really matter. Now this, I can just target a thing if I want. What's this cost? Red? I don't have a red. You have anything in here I want to copy? I'm going to target Kami. I target Kami. I have like a cool win condition here if they allow this to happen. Because if I have a creatures with counters on them, right? So I just need to exile the card. But if they allow me to exile Kami and then the next thing, okay, so they exile that. All right, sweet. Target this creature, put a counter on it. Yeah. So 4, and then I draw a card, gain life. But say they had more. My plan here, which is kind of funny, was to exile Kami. Yeah, I had a great time. Was to exile Kami, and then potentially exile this, putting counters on this, and then tapping it for like 6 mana, and then shooting them with this card. Potentially, if it like made sense to do so. But it'd be kind of, because he's also have vigilance, so I'd get to hit them first and then put all the counters on. It'd be sick. It'd be sick. Not like super pumped about this hand, but I also think it's fine. Oh, Emrakul. Wait, that's not Emrakul. I mean, this is Emrakul. But I think this is All Is Dust, the card. Island. And revealing all the sauce yet. Alright. Let's have fun. Are you blue-white control as well? Yeah. Your artifacts, okay. Sure. I think artifacts plays clay fire brick. I don't think control has ever been playing it in a while, but I could be wrong. End my turn. I do need to hit lands though. That's kind of the sad part. I'll allow all those to happen. I don't care. I do want to like turn this off and shut it off and just attack with this thing. Sure. Could argue I also save it for the Could argue that I saved that for a synthesizer so the synthesizer didn't have abilities, but I'm just planning to counter those, so it's like weird. So I'm down to just like try to make sure I get my value at all given times. My turn. Another land. In there. In there, boss. Pass. I know. We're such fun gamers. They don't have a basic, so I can't do anything with this. Like, they don't have a land to target. So I guess here, just draw. Yeah. Go get my island. I didn't even look how many basics I have left, because considering I have a Fabled Passage, and I probably should have. If they have an Immortalize, I'm screwed. So I guess I just go for this. Oh no! Yep. Alright, so the reason I do that is so whenever they play an artifact and have this trigger go in a stack, I can then copy my Tidebinder. Preferably. Let's go ahead and search here. Alright. We have quite a bit of planes, but in this matchup, they don't necessarily matter near as much. Oh, man. I would love to get Teferi in play. I can always Sunfall after, but I'm not really wanting to do that either. I think I just go for shutting Synthesizer down. Sure. There's 3. Am I short? I am short. That's tough. This counterspell's so expensive that it's like hard to work on. Crafting. This is look at top 8. This is kind of tough. I might actually be able to showcase something pretty cool here. So I'm going to go ahead and counter this. Counter target spell. So even if they make a ton of constructs, I'm pretty sure all creatures lose all abilities will make the constructs like die. That's fine. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I think that's how that works. If you on top, please tell me no. Another land here. We're gonna give it a try.
Doesn't mean we have to be overly serious.
I'll just make my creature here.
Button up.
And I'll let Teferi go if it comes to that.
It's nice to see a familiar face.
Because this is base power 2 too. If they try to take out my Teferi, obviously. But they kept this card on top. They could craft this, but it doesn't necessarily do anything. I guess I could also have Tidebinder block here. I'm actually okay with that. Because Tidebinder's not holding anything off now, right? Yeah. There's nothing happening. Sure. You're all fine. Surveil. You know this top card already. They left both on top. It was a land, so they left a land on top as well. Sure. Is it just me, or am I the only one that's a little afraid that my Final Showdown doesn't work? I think it does. I think these just become nothing.
Another mystery solved.
I am going to gamble that I believe it works. So I'm going to take his turn under the assumption that it does. Which, if I die, I die. And that's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes we're wrong. And that's okay. That's fine. Because I'm going to counter that cryptic coat. I think they're going to try to play it here to get it all committed. And I don't need a ton of mana to get this play to work. I just need enough. 3 blue. Counter target spell. Go for this. Yes. See it. How much is this? 6, 12, 18. I think this works. I'm not sure if it does. I really hope it does, because if it does, this is great. Yeah, it does. I thought it did. Oh, does get lost under there? That's tough. That is tough. I say, client, can I get a card draw, client, please? Let's draw another one. I mean, we're going for maximum punching power. I think I also opt to go for another draw here. Just looking kind of for removal, you know? But now it's like, do I hold up my No More Lies or what? No More Lies, 1, 2, 3. So if I play this land, I'm good. I just need to be able to No More Lies something plus pay. Sure. We're also getting close to ulting this Teferi because of how many cards we're drawing. Here's my 8. It is take it. I didn't opt to go for this, chat. Now I'm confused. I'm scared. Chat, hold me. Yeah, I mean, I'm countering that. I'm not letting them look at their top 4 there. I am tapped out, opponent. I'm lying, but like not actually. Yeah. That's not good. That's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. This like does nothing, kind of. You here? You here?
Eyes everywhere.
Sweet. Like this, so I now have a flying attacker. I could also like commit to play this because I don't have a board wipe, right? And I could just play this as a 4/5. Yeah, I mean that's where I'm at. I do nothing. It's literally do nothing. Honestly, I might even make a fish. I don't have the mana to do that, but you know, what's a little cheating gonna hurt? Ooh, sure. Now they have to hold their creature back as a blocker, plus this is a blocker, so. Oh, this makes gnomes, right. The only problem is they lose by doing that, which is wild. Sure. Sunfall is kind of a hard card to leave on top here. We just pop this. And opponent. Happens to the best of us. I will absorb all these. Then I will swing for lethal with my 4/5. Not very often are you able to kind of beat the synthesizer. I'm really glad that play worked, because I'm pretty sure I claimed that it worked before in the past. This Final Showdown, because all creatures lose all abilities. But I never got to the point where I was actually able to test it. So I could have been lying to people for months and they wouldn't catch me. We go first here. There's a lot of lands with a couple of cards to back them up. But I'm most likely going to have less cards in my opponent because me playing lands. And the fact that they're a discard deck. Maybe. Okay, maybe. Yeah. We'll do the same thing. Discard, draw. I'm letting it go. I don't want it. At this point, like, it'll be fine if they start making me discard a little bit. Caustic Bronco. Okay, so maybe not necessarily discard. I can lay down arms as Bronco. And I think that's worth it here. And then we'll play the Anchorage and then maybe the Beza, Babuza, or we hold up Counterspell. But I think playing this makes sense. Because of the fact, a missile land from our opponent. Now I think it's just hold up Counterspell. Just get our value in while we can, because most likely they'll have a. This counters the 2-for-1 here, so I will. Like, they won't be able to do this and then do the thing. So with Aquazotz and that revealed, along with the Bronco, I feel like this is the Orzhov Bat deck. Alright. You take your choice. They also have more life than me, which is kind of funny. Yeah, that makes sense. Card's pretty tough to beat overall. Now I play land and then I pass. And now I can... I guess using the no more lines doesn't work there. That's fine. They have to take temporary lockdown. Not like they get a choice here. Like a fake decision. What? I think that was a mistake. Okay. I was like, I don't know if that was real. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know they meant to do that. Yes, we'll keep it here. We'll play this. We'll play the island, hold up the counterspell, and then archive on the following turn. Maybe it's the mirror. I kind of don't believe it is. I was gonna say I don't believe it one bit. Is this the mirror? But I'm still gonna hold up this number lines if it's available. This is blue white land, right? It's so good. Oh, it's Jeskai. I think I just want to counter the thing that makes the token regardless. Just slow them down a bit. Yeah, let's just counter the thing that makes the token. Because even if this doesn't work, right? And maybe they don't even have the Gleeful Demolition. The thing is, they could just tap all three of those to scry anyway. And I'm not a fan of that. We'll definitely take land here. With our hand right now, kind of just trying to get this Sunfall or the Beza. This is all where we're at. Sunfall, very good in this spot. I mean, I'm just cast a Deduce, bro. It's not that deep. Get me out. All right. 3 steps ahead. I'm gonna opt to try to just hit the land, because I can just kind of protect myself for a while. It's a little scary, but like, this is the creature that's going to get large. And I don't think counter spells is like necessarily high in their deck. And we're going for a knight here, which actually lets me out for the turn. Maybe they'll Gleeful Demolition this gnome. This is a look for 3. Yes. I will defend here. Send it in, laddie. I have good defenders. Oh, it didn't quite work. Yeah, that's fine. It's like at this point, right? I don't even care. Kind of depends what happens. Like, I'm perfectly fine with just casting a quick study here and then sunfalling. Oh, they go all out on this scry here. Down, bottom, bottom. I would much rather just find like a temp lockdown to make it awkward here. Let's go for quick study. There's a pause, but it's this creature. Back here. And now I can hold up this and this, or this and this. Yeah, like for me... Oh, and a lay down arms is actually huge. Because now that allows me to hold up so much. I want to get rid of Packle, I think. As good as Packle is, and as good as this is. Packle's so strong, in my opinion. So we lay down arms that. And we have to be careful with our demo field. We have to make sure we tap it if we cast the 3 steps ahead. We're just really forcing them to commit here. Belt Pierce, I believe, is gone. But I think I just allow this to happen and then double counterspell the Imadanes. Maybe I shouldn't have... Because obviously they could play Cavern. But I can also, like, just cast 3 steps ahead, making a copy of Beza. Beza. Babuza. The Boozy Boys. Right at the top. Okay. Sure. I could have brought up my land and blocked, I guess. It left on top, so I'm going to blow up this land, I guess. I'm not even sure they play that many basics. That's gone. They don't even float, but that card on top's now shuffled away. Take action. Plains. I probably should have grabbed another island, to be honest. Deduce. Alright, I can get another island anyway, and deck thing kind of simultaneously here. Pop. Island. Sunfall. We've had it for a while now. And I have a 9/9. That's pretty cool. Now, if they go, I would say, if they go for another one of these there, I definitely was countering that, but no Cavern from them, so I get rid of this. Although Cavern, I guess, doesn't protect the sorcery speed spell. But just like that, we pretty much fully convoke. We just kind of made them slow play, and we just used draws, and they couldn't just barrel their Imadanes like they normally do. So, sweet, sweet. Yeah, so here's the deck list. As you can see, I titled it I Feel Sick. I'll probably bring that up in the intro. But I just kept trying to build decks that was unique and stuff, and I kind of wanted to take a day off because the amount of times I kept just running into, like, the Boros Mouse deck or Convoke or Mono Red, and I'm just like on the draw and my opponents go first and they just give the mouse double strike, hit me for 3 or 4, then hit me for infinite. It didn't really matter. So I decided I was going to play copies of Laydown Arms today. I was going to play Get Lost. I was going to play Counter Spells and just force them to play the game with me, you know? Not let them out. Keep them in the game with me as long as I can until they leave. Whenever, you know? I don't know if I think I may have hit 1 player for lethal today, which is interesting. But yeah, I don't know if control is necessarily gone, chat. And I only really say that if you're playing a creature deck. Now, does Domain have chances? I'm not sure because the counter spells are so strong here. And we only need one of our creatures in play against Domain to kind of like lock them out a little bit. So it's a little bit weird. Domain and control typically always have this awkward back and forth against each other. But you do have to be careful if you are playing this list and to understand that a lot of your hands against control are going to be very like dependent. I conceded 1 game on turn 1. My starting hand was two lockdowns, a Sunfall, and a like Beza, I think, and 3 lands. And then my top deck was a Sunfall after they played a blue-white land and then played another one in past turn. And I just like, this is control. I'm not playing the mirror. I just moved on because my hand was so bad for the mirror that it would just almost been impossible for me to win that game. It really took them to fumble the bag for me to do it, or me having credible draws and their hand be equally as bad keeping against like a kind of aggro meta. But it is what it is. So other than that, I think that was my only loss playing this, is that one match, and I just kind of instant conceded, which is what it is. But other than that, I mean, we climbed very, very quickly. I got back a lot of my rank from playtesting yesterday, trying to figure out my is it kind of prowess deck. So yeah, this deck made climbing pretty easy. It's a little bit tough. You have to be willing to take a lot of damage. I think that's another problem that I do see sometimes with control players, is like, now I gotta protect my life total. If they can't do direct damage to you outside of Shieldred or something in those matchups, or like Golgari, most of the time you're willing to go down to like 5. Like, you'll just let that happen until you actually start kind of fighting back. So other than that, I'm going to call it there. I hope you all enjoyed regardless. I understand some people don't necessarily like blue-white control or just control in general, but at the same time, there's a lot of players that do, so I'm going to play it regardless. So outside of that, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.